what's going on, everybody? Here we are, another episode. We got Roxy here.
And then we got our Assassin's Creed.
We got the
girl.
Assassin's Creed statue today. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. I'm a panda, and I like panda food. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's do it. Let's check it out. Give it a whirl. I think you got to lower it a little bit so they can see it. That's it, right about there. Now, give it a spin. Give it a spin. There you go. All right. It's a little slower. I love the
details on
the
her.
detail on the Falcon is incredible. I couldn't get any better than that, even if I made it by hand. So at $20 at this point, I'm like, yeah, I gotta pick it up because I couldn't build this on my own. All right, so we're gonna play a game today, and the game, what we do is, you know how you say certain words, and you're thinking that the word means something, and it actually it means completely different. So we're gonna go and real simple words. The words that I'm sure you've used in a conversation, but what the actual word transpires to be would be different than what you think it is. All right, let's go.
First one is Mayday.
Mayday. So I think it's got to be the 1st of May. No, I'm just kidding. That's right.
I know, you're wrong. Actually.
But actually, you know what? The reason I bring that up because there's actual people who think it's the 1st of May. But
no, that is not.
It is not.
No,
okay.
You're wrong.
Okay.
Dun.
All right. So my brain tells me also it is movie related to spaceships, and they send out a signal. But that's why we're doing this, because as time goes on, the word changes into different meanings.
Yeah.
Based off of the situations that you need. So Mayday also can be a transmitted distress call, or also it's a call for help. That's my second option, but I'm already wrong. Go ahead.
And yes, that option is yes. You are correct.
Okay.
It is I believe it is a radio distress signal, and it comes from the French word "m'aider," which means "come help me."
So it's a universal distress call.
Yes.
There you go. And it's also a unit, so it's for help and also for distress. There you go. Next one.
Castle.
Castle. I want to say it's a living quarters for kings and queens, because we always see it in movies, a castle. Go ahead.
No, that is not it.
It's not it.
No.
Another one.
Dun.
What is it?
It's this big fortress, and it actually comes from the Latin word fortress, actually. And fortress means giant fort, so it means this giant wall surrounding a city almost.
4 walls create a fortress, creates a living quarters.
Not for kings and queens, but just for people.
I didn't know that.
For high class people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just said it was kings and queens, people of royalty. There you go.
Okay. The next one is cartel.
Cartel. That is a drug organization. A cartel is bad. That's what I'm saying. Go.
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
It is bad? Okay.
Yes, it is bad, but that is the first meaning. That is the newer meaning.
Right, but I want to go to the original meaning.
Okay, the original meaning is not it. That's not it.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
Yes, you are wrong.
All right, so what is it?
It is a written agreement for a ceasefire. It's a written agreement for a ceasefire, and you basically put it on paper and it says, I would like to create a ceasefire between 2 groups of people that are fighting.
Oh, okay. Now that you're talking about it, that makes completely sense, because in some of the movies that we watched, they have this document where they run it past kings and queens. So they have this legal document, legal paper. And see, here's the thing that people don't understand. I think this is because it's all coming back to me now. Cartels are based off, cartels are based off of 2 military factors that for whatever reason they want to stop fighting. So it could be
whether it's like a sickness or something.
It could be an infection plaguing both military factors. So they're ceasefiring. They send it back to the king and queen, let them know that, hey, guess what? We're not going to continue, fighting because we have to ceasefire with lack of food. It's not just, okay, battle, go to the end, like they do in the movies. But I think you're right. It is a legal document to state that there is a ceasefire at the moment for other reasons other than just winning and losing. Mm-hmm. All right. Go.
Another one is gargantuan.
Gargantuan in my head is gigantic, like those movies. It's enormous. It's gargantuous, and I think there's a creature called Gargantuous. Wait. There's a movie called Battle of the Gargantuous, I think, or The Return of the Gargantuous. So it was, before you answer, I want to say that I remember that it's two creatures, a brown one and a green one, and they were like two ape-looking type of Godzilla type of creatures, and it was called Battle of the Gargantuans. Am I right?
Yes, you are right. Yes.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I got one right.
And there
Only
is
one.
a story similar to that.
What is it?
To the Battle of the Gargantuans.
Wanna take it off?
It's called I believe it's called Gargantuana and Peligro, where a married couple are so huge that I believe they go into this mountain and they have children, and I believe they call them Gargantuana, Gargantuan, stuff like that. Get it?
So it's based off of myth and legend. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so these stories are based. See, everything goes back to myth and legend. So they are two.
And they're basically similar, both stories.
Yeah, I think that the story that I'm talking about, the movie version, is also based off of that because they do come from the hills, from the mountains, and there you go. See, everything you watch on movies and TV shows, it is all from myth and legends. All
but
right.
That's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
I say it's pretty cool.
I just thought it was based off of a gargantuous thing, but the word actually comes from myth and legends, meaning two gargantuous type of, what'd you say? Creatures?
Creatures, yes.
There you go.
People, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Go.
Next one is slogan.
Okay, slogan in my head is a phrase used in a speech presidential, or you use a slogan to market something. Go.
No, that is not correct. That is wrong.
What is it?
That word actually means a kind of battle cry for wars. So if you're running in and you're saying, we will never fight to the end. We will stand forever. We will stand together.
So it's basically from those movies that they come out to cheer up the troops. They come in
exactly.
and give off a great slogan
for morale and stuff.
They build up morale. See, I didn't know that's
exactly,
the originality of that word. Great. What else we got? Was that it?
Yeah, that was it for that one.
See, because he has to do the research. I just give him what's in my head, and I'm thinking, you know what? It could be not. I don't know. We got some. We picked up some omnibuses, so these are great pickups. This one is the Joker, a celebration of 75
This
years.
one I have here is love this book completely.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's called the Superior Spider-Man.
I haven't looked at it,
I
but
read this
will.
one. It was awesome.
Yeah, so this is the Superior Spider-Man. Anybody who is into comic books. And the reason we bring this up, so I want to talk about comic books for a second. People don't look at them as real literature. For some reason, people say that they're not
like
real
kids.
books. That they're childish and
Yes,
so
they
on.
have all images, but
Right.
actually they're very, very in depth.
So
Surprisingly for
I've always been into comic books. We can do more episodes about comic books, and here's why. Even the pictures of the caves in Laszlo are the first images of some type of comic book structured storytelling, okay? And everything goes back to that. So what I say is I meet artists, and they draw pictures. Well, speaking of artists, I have here. So as I talk, I'm going to set up here. I have pictures of a local artist, and she allowed us nicely and kindly to show some of her art. So I really, really like, some people might not call this art. I think it is. And this goes back to the comic book explanation. So here's what I say. So here's the red, and here is the image, right? So this person figured out a way how to assemble all, and the reason I say assemble, because anybody can color, right? Anybody can color. But she put all of the colors
into kind of patternized
in a pattern that you have to meld them together some way so they look
So they look good.
So they look amazingly designed. Okay, so and this is what I'm talking about, the comic books. You have to be able to explain a story to somebody in segmented areas. And yes, there are small wordings. I understand that. But you give me something that you draw, or anybody draws in particular. Go ahead, what were you saying?
But they kind of do it in a way where they give you
even
the whole story in like 7 pages, but
right,
but they do it in a way that
it's a mini movie.
Exactly.
It's a mini movie, and a lot of the big budget movies that we see, let's say Iron Man or the Hulk or anything on Netflix, everything starts
off of
storyboards, which is what? It's a basic mini movie that is being on the wall so that you explain a story to somebody and they understand what you're trying to say. For this particular show, we use storyboards ideas. So we'll put them up on a wall and we'll actually go through drawing and what points we're going to do.
This part with
correct,
like a comic book like
and
we're doing right now.
Is it a good idea to do it at the end? So that is our way of storytelling what you're going to see and what we transpire, so you're enjoyed and not bored throughout the whole thing. So that's one. I have more. She was very nice to let us. She didn't want to be on the show. You know, I wanted her to be on the show. You guys put in your comments whether you'd like to
tell us if you want to see her or not.
As an interview, she was shy. She didn't want to be on it. This one's beautiful. So I'm trying to be very careful with this and not put any fingerprints on it.
That's gorgeous.
Again, so these things are black and white at first, but then you have to color them. That's the trick. So formulating all of the colors together so you're able to make
it look
sense.
Patternized
and they have to come out at an end factor where they look great. And because believe me, I'll do another video of my art. And what I do is I work with oil paints. So to me, getting your patterned colors, and it's so incredibly difficult because you have to have, so like this particular artist, she has hundreds. She showed me her workstation. She's got
thousands of different pens and pencils.
She has hundreds, maybe even thousands. I didn't actually count. But yeah, they're all over the table, and you have to pick out. Are you going to go with neon? Are you going to go with pastels? Are you going to go with this color, with that color? And it's not easy. It's not. So, if you want to
something like that, you need to figure
you
out
have
all
to be structured. You have to be
and
structured and organized. And the reason I tell you about this is because it is the only way to get a type of feeling of this is the only time that your left. I'll give you a science way. So your left and your right lobes in your brain work together, all right? So to come up with a creative factor, which is, this side is organizing, this side is the creative side. And when you meld those together and you're able to come up with something like this, that's why, try it at home. Try coloring. You guys should try coloring, and I get it. You're going to start with really basic assembly of and you're gonna feel like it's
at first
grade school type of
it
color.
It might seem like just simple, but after
keep
you start
working
doing
at
it,
yes, believe me.
And after you start getting used to it, then
you'll start coming.
It will not
out,
only feel good after you're done, but it will feel kind of relaxing.
It's very much relaxing. Relaxing is a key word because that's exactly. If you have a very stressed out day, this is it. Color. Believe me, color. And you will.
Or a job, then just color or do something like this.
Color, put some music on, relax, and believe me. So here's one that apparently she's working on. Right. She's working on now. She's not going to be done with it, but when this person gets done with it, I will bring it back up here and show it to you. I wanted to have her on again. Leave the comments.
Tell us.
She's a very nice, easygoing person, but the thing is she doesn't think that you want to see her or you want to hear from her. So these come out like this. She does sell them, but it takes a long time to assemble it and figure it out what it's going to look like at the end of it. Because again, one color and it ruins the image, you know, and that's the difficult part. People who don't color or don't participate in art in any way. That's why we're into statues and we're into a variety of things because it's interesting. It's interesting.
You have to appreciate how much work
something takes to have with an end product. Absolutely.
They put into something like this or something like that, or just comics or
absolutely
comics, or any form of art or music or.
Music is another factor of expression, and we'll get into that too. I guess what I'm trying to do is do some live interviews with people, and it's just they don't understand why someone who wants to listen to them or have them. So if you guys leave something in the comments that you'd like to see these people, please
let us know.
We'll definitely have them on. Appreciate it, guys. Hope to see you guys soon. And again, just some statues, some books, some art, local artists. You guys could see. We got Roxy. Come back for some more interesting talks. Booyah!